What's good? How y'all doing this evening? Welcome back to the Forever I Love Atlanta Sports Podcast. That's the FILA Sports Podcast. Um, my co-host, he's back tonight. He recovered. They
Hey,
didn't kill him. What's good, Rick Flex?
hey, what's going on, man? Glad to be back. Yeah, they didn't kill me. I'm back, baby.
Exactly. And everybody joining us live, man. Appreciate y'all joining us tonight. We talking some Braves baseball with our guest. He was on the show last year. Brought him back. I thought he did great last year with us. We had fun. It was entertaining as well. Matt Browning, how you doing, man? Tell everybody what you've been up to lately.
Hey, I'm doing well, guys. Thanks for having me on. Hey, we're just trying to get back in the swing of things out here in Kansas, get back to school and get back to some sense of having a normal life. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, and hey, tell everybody what happened to you back in February.
Oh, well, I as a Chiefs fan, became a Super Bowl champion. And so my life really, if the Braves can just not disappoint me in the postseason now, my life will really be great, you know?
Oh man, who you telling? You can have two things, and you up that like I'm surprised. Well, you're not a Chief, you're not a Royals fan, so hey, you could have
No.
had two championships in what 5 years time frame. I wish we could get that down here in Georgia, but hey,
I'll
hopefully
take
it's
anything.
y'all who well.
Well,
United
we
won
got
a couple of years ago.
yeah,
That to me that counts. So I'm just waiting for something else to happen. So,
yeah.
but if you're new to the channel, y'all already know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Share this content out with other Atlanta sports fanatics. And hit us up in the comment section if you join us later time. As always, come holla at your hometown sports podcast. Also follow us on Twitter at FILA_SP. Also on Facebook, FILA Sports Podcast. And also, if you just want to just check the audio out, we put our shows out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, all that. So just check us out over there as well. Um, let's go ahead and get into the news for the week. The Dream. On Tuesday, they played Indiana, and they came out of that with a W, 102 over 90. We played New York Liberty on Thursday. We won that game 62-56. And then yesterday we took an L against Las Vegas. The score of that game was 89-79. All right. What happened with UGA and Tech, Rick?
Yeah, so UGA, no surprise, got a lot of drama going on right now. But the big news out of camp was opting out of Jamie Newman. So kind of surprising that he stated it was due to COVID reasons. From what I heard, he had some great scrimmages. At least the one he had was pretty good. So kind of been a three-headed monster right now as far as the battle between the quarterback position goes. But right now it seems to be JT and Juwan Mathis, redshirt freshman, as the two that's really battling back and forth. So Mathis could be somebody that fits in that offense of Monken that they brought in. So they want to have that, that air raid attack that they really haven't had in a while. We know them that they're going to have that stellar defense, probably top three in the country. So that dual threat quarterback, watch out for Juwan Mathis. But they still say JT, has the upper hand right now, but he's still not technically medically cleared to play. So more to come on that. Anybody been following on Twitter past couple of days? Been seeing all the NFL moves and rosters. Hot Rod made the Colts 53-man roster, so kudos to him. That's pretty cool, pretty big deal. To think about a guy coming from a walk-on to now making the roster for the Colts, and we know their franchise and the Colts have a really long history of great kickers, so good for him. Georgia Tech, kind of some Debbie Downer news. The media preseason poll picked them to finish dead last. I don't know if they'll finish dead last, but I thought that was kind of interesting. What's your thoughts on that, Don? Dead last.
Man, look, I I don't think they'll finish dead last.
Yeah,
They won't jump from worst to first
right.
in the ACC. It's just impossible. But I just feel like they'll be somewhere in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
So
Um, and another thing that Collins has been doing is really trying to stay true to the culture of Atlanta. So they did some more renovations to the field. They had some more of the ATL markers. He's really appealing to that 404 kind of gig he's got going down there. So he's playing to the strong suits when it comes to recruiting, and he's going to need it. He's going to need to bring in some playmakers to definitely turn those guys around. But it's pretty much what's going on in college football right now, man.
All right, appreciate you for that. Falcons team captains for 2020 are Alex Mack, Julio Jones, Matt Ryan, Grady Jarrett, Ricardo Allen, and Deion Jones. All right. Team released the Laquan Treadwell. If you want to know my thoughts on that, I did a short segment on that yesterday. Check it out. It's on the YouTube channel. And the practice squad players. These are the 14 players that the Falcons signed. Quarterback Derek Adams Jr. We brought back Kurt Big Kirk. Jamal Anders, safety. Defensive end Austin Edwards, a player I love. Wide receiver Jawan Green. Quarterback Tyler Hall. Offensive lineman Sean Harlow. Sean Harlow for some reason keep making the doggone practice squad. Quarterback Josh Hawkins. Quarterback Kyle Luetta. We brought in punter Cameron Nzinka. He used to be the punter at Georgia, so I know a lot of UGA Falcons fans are happy about that. But he would beat out Sterling for that punter position. Tight end Jared Pinckney, linebacker Edmund Robinson, wide receiver Chris Rowland, another player I'm excited to see, hopefully in the near future. And then we also brought back lineman John Wetzel. And then we also brought in Timon Paris from the Redskins. So we bumped up our offensive line. They put the attention where it needs to be. So yesterday, United, they played Orlando, and that game was that match ended 1-1, but we did walk away with a point. And then on this past Wednesday, we played Miami, and that was a scoreless game, but we also walked away with a point for that game as well. So hopefully we can, go out sometime this week and win a match outright, And that leads us to the Braves. What did the Braves do this week?
Hey, I'll turn it over to Matt. Let him get going, man.
Well, you got to do the score, man. The scores for the week.
Well, so we went to Boston. Kind of took care of business as we should have. Really no surprises. There was some history made. We did have Ozuna and Hall that both hit 3 home runs. So that's kind of crazy for that to not have happened from an NL perspective at such a short porch. And I don't care what anybody says. StatCast definitely got that ball wrong. That one that Ozuna hit the dead center, 436. Are you kidding me? That ball had at least be 460, at least. So that was a little bit, surprising. But took care of them, swept them. So that was nice to see. Coming into Atlanta, coming back home. I know they got in, early, but they came out and fought to a 7-1 victory over the Nats. So pumped up to see that. I was thinking, okay, we're going to at least take 3 out of 4, make this simple. Turned around and I'll let Matt jump into it after I get the scores over. Lost 9-10 in a nice, try to comeback fashion. And then, yesterday, we got our butts kicked 10-4. So, on the weak side, for the week, it was a good stretch. You know what I'm saying? 6-2 is not a bad stretch with that doubleheader, smacked in the middle down there. But so good, strong week, but some definite questionable bullpen decisions over the last couple of days that I don't even know how to fathom. I don't even know what to think about it besides putting my 4-year-old out there to warm up. And then if he gets hot, I guess I got to put him in. I don't know. So, yeah, it was interesting, put it that way. Offense carried us. The bullpen games, the bullpen struggles, the bullpen starters is not working out. If it's not Fried and if it's not Fried or if it's not Anderson on there, I don't really know what's going on besides Josh having a nice day today. So it's baffling. I really don't know. I have no idea. So, but overall, good week. I'll take it from where we are to be 24-16 right now. So to be 24-16 and 3 games up with 2 starters, It goes to show you what our offense is doing and really what the back end of our bullpen's doing. If we have a lead, I guess. I know Snit said he's going to pitch our our big guns with a lead. So I guess we're not going to try to protect any winner leads anymore. Maybe we'll see Charlie out there on the mound again.
All right. So Matt, what's your I want to hear your opinion or your take on the bullpen right now.
Well, as Ricky said, if there's a lead, I feel really good about it. I think it's one of the best in baseball. I was very confused the last 2 days as to the decisions that were made. Because if you're down one, to me, that's when you put in your high leverage guys regardless, you know. But to answer your question, I feel really good about the bullpen. I think it's one of the best bullpens in the National League. The decisions made the last couple of days were head scratchers to say the least.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me go in the chat real quick. M Bowling, what's good, man? He said, "I'm ready." Twitter. I'm gonna check that handle out. We'll follow you back. Mr. Knight, how you doing? Go Braves. That's what's up, man. Matt Mike, what's good with you?
What's up, man, Mike?
Logan Quinn, he said, "What's up, guys? At work, but tuning in anyways. Hey, man, appreciate you for the support. Try not to get caught on your phone, man, because you know these bosses, man, they be tripping." Bowler said the Braves bats are hot. Yes, they are, man. We just got to get the pitching under control.
Hey, it took Freddie 11 years, but he got that grand slam.
Man, who you telling? We didn't even know, man. Like when they said, I know he been playing for a long time, but I'm like, this man ain't never hit a grand slam before. I had to look it up. I'm saying, wow, it's been there so long. All right, Ultra Shadow, what's good? And Vola said, bring on the youngin as the closer. And then Matt Mike said, Snick is a moron. I agree with you on that, man. But all right, so we pretty much going into the last few weeks of baseball. All right, starting with you, Matt. Where do you think we're going to end up at?
In the regular season or the whole thing?
The regular season. Like, what do you think? Are we going to clinch a title or wild card?
No. I think the Braves win the division. I think they'll end up winning it rather comfortably because I just don't think there's another team in the division for 20 games anyways that can make up ground that fast. And based on the way that the divisions are right now, you got to think the Braves would be the 2 or 3 seed, with the Cubs being the other seed. And with the playoffs being 3 games in the first round and 5 in the next, just getting in, anybody has a chance. We saw it last year with Washington. So just because they're a 2 or 3 seed, that doesn't give me a whole lot of confidence. Just because it's baseball postseason, not because the Braves in general, but just baseball's postseason is such a total crapshoot.
Yeah, that's weird how they changed everything up with the playoff. That just for this year, or that's going to be going for okay.
Yeah.
So I looked at it like a few weeks ago. I'm like, yeah, I don't like this, but I guess I'll take it. So what you think, Ricky?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Matt. We definitely win the division. I think the Phillies fight and stay around probably 3 to 4 games back. I don't really see them getting more than 6 games back to finish. I agree with the 2 seed. I'll be honest with you. I want some redemption. We got Ozuna now, too. I think if we get the 2 seed, we can match up with somebody like St. Louis. I want it. Man. I still got a bad taste from last year. I was at that game. I was at game 5. I'll be honest with you. I put my phone down, looked at it, text some friends up. It was 7-0. I really don't even know what happened.
Yeah. Man, I was at work. I remember that. I'm like,
it was tough. I mean, I stuck it out. I was there the whole game, but it was brutal. So, I mean, we could see a possible Milwaukee, St. Louis, even maybe Miami. I mean, to be honest with you, like Matt said, this year's so wild. We're going to see teams that would have never gotten in that get in. We're going to see teams 500 baseball get in, maybe even a little under 500, to be honest with you. That's just the difference between, the NL East, too, is a little bit, down and compared to some others. Put it this way, I want to win the division because I don't want to face the Padres, to be honest with you.
Look, I'll be honest with you about the Padres. The Padres, they're going to end up getting cold. They're not winning. They're going to. I'm not saying they're going to be first round exits, but they're not making the World Series.
Yeah, I don't see them making the World Series, but main thing is you really want to. the Padres and obviously the Dodgers, we want to wait as long as possible to face the Dodgers. Who wants to match up with them, first round?
I
So
would. Look what happened last year.
I don't want it. That's just me personally. I
just don't want to. Look, we always have bad luck with the Cardinals. I don't want to play the Cardinals. Anytime we play the Cardinals in the playoffs, we end up losing. Except outside of 95. I remember we played, was it 95 or 96? I think it was 96. It was 96. Yeah, because I think we beat them to get to the World Series. I got to go back and look.
When's the last time we beat the Dodgers in the postseason?
Man, look. When the last time we even made it out of the division round?
Exactly. Exactly.
It's been over 20 years. So let's just call a spade, man. It doesn't matter who we face. We just got to make the right. And last year, let's be real. It wasn't a player. It was the coaching. Like, Nick, just the rotation. Soroka was hot. And you want to play this man one game. One game. If you would have started, this is what he should have did. I would have put him at game 1. I would have put him at game 2. And I would have had him game 4.
If Chris Martin doesn't go down, I think the Braves win that series. So.
I completely agree with you there. Yeah.
But look, we need to win it. We need to get out the first round. I just don't want it to be against the Dodgers. That's just my personal take. I'll take the Marlins over the Dodgers. But
I think this here. I think we will win the division. But I don't think I just don't have faith in this starting rotation in the bullpen. I don't think we're gonna make it that far.
There's not a
that just look, if we had Soroka, I'll be fine. Soroka, Ian Anderson, and Max, we good. You got 3 players who can go out there in the mound and get you a W.
Well, I mean, today we all saw Cole Hamels throw some live BP. The dude needs to get stretched out at least 2 to 3 games to finish off the season. And just to be honest with you, to have that experience go when, it is only a 3-game series, if you can line up with Fried, Anderson, Hamels, all right, we got a pretty good shot there. But I'm still wanting to see, and I'll ask Matt about this, if he thinks that, if Wright's going to be another call-up or if Fulte makes that comeback that everybody thinks.
That's the one I was going to bring up is Fultonevich, because if he's put on weight, his fastball is now back up in the mid-90s, and take Game 5 last year out of it.
Yep.
When he pitched so well in Game 2, if that Fulte's there, then all of a sudden, okay, you have 4 guys that I think Ian Anderson's going to be great. He's still a rookie, so I don't know how much you can really bank on him yet. But if you have Fried, Hamels, Fulte, and then perhaps Ian Anderson, that's pretty good. I'm not saying it's a team that can get the World Series or anything, but it's a team that can certainly win a couple series in the playoffs.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. There's another question I got to bring up here in a second, but let me get back in the chat real quick to everybody. Bolin say he just hanging out, hanging, enjoying the show, man. Appreciate you, man, that you enjoying the show. Also, man, share this content out with other Braves fans, Hawks fans, Falcons fans, United fans. If they fan of any Georgia sports team, if they're a fan of sports, just send them my way, man. Matt Mike said he agreed with Matt about forgot what the topic was, but and then Bowler said it's definitely going to be a crap shoot, that's for sure. Talking about the playoffs. And then Matt Mike said, man, I was angry. He said, haven't been that disappointed in a while. I thought we had a shot at winning the World Series. He's talking about last year. I really thought we had a shot at winning the World Series last year too. I think last year was our shot. It just we got beat by St. Louis, and then Washington took out St. Louis, and then they took it and ran with it.
Well, I mean, like I said,
the World Series off that. I really feel like that was our World Series on low key, but
Yadier hit the ball 2 inches over Freddie's glove. I mean, there's 2 or 3 plays that changed that whole series, man. People keep underestimating us, but I mean,
only player that was good in that divisional round last year was Dansby. Dansby was the only consistent player.
I mean, he was hot, yeah. I mean, Duvall, he played well.
Mm-hmm. Matt Mike said he's not very confident with our current team. And then Bowler said, I got you. He said, share. Appreciate you, man. All right, so we talked about, everybody agreed about winning the division. I already made my take on. I don't think we're going to get that far. What's your thoughts, Matt? You think we can go the distance?
The Dodgers are very good. They're the best team in the NL, and they might be the best team in baseball. Them or Tampa Bay. So no, I don't. If I'm being honest with you, the Dodgers pitching matchups with the Braves would be very difficult. But again, it's so hard to predict baseball's postseason.
Exactly.
We saw it last year, as you said, with the Braves offense last year. Dansby Swanson, for the second half of the season, regular season, struggled and played so well in the division round. That can happen with any number of players on any team. So while I'd put my money on the Dodgers, baseball is so crazy and so unpredictable that it's hard to say for sure any team is a lock to get there. But I would put my money on the Dodgers at this point.
All right. What about you, Rick?
Yeah, like Matt said, it's hard to bet against the Dodgers just with the force they have. Look at it. But I'm telling you, our offense is so strong. The DH is obviously, you can see how much it's helped us this year. I know he had a tough game today, but Travis d'Arnaud has been an amazing sign. That dude has been clutch all season. And as you can see, the Braves can hit anybody's fastball, so it's not a problem. So I think they get to the NLCS. We win a series. I'm going to go that far and say we win a series, but I think we might get to the NLCS. And to Matt's point, too much firepower from the Dodgers. Starting pitching, like you said, they're just so consistent, and you need consistency to pull out those long 7-game series. And I don't see us getting past it. My heart wants to say yeah, but if I had to put money on it, yeah, I would have to go with the Dodgers. But I will say this: right now, we're in a better position than the Yankees. And I don't think anybody could have said that about a month ago.
Right. Yeah.
All right. I already said that. Yeah, I don't think we can make it that far, man. I just don't think we got the offense, but it don't make any sense if you can score 8 runs and then you give up 9 to 10 runs. You're gonna lose every time. So, yeah, Mike said definitely agree. Baseball is being hard to predict. Yeah, you can't predict it. Like we seen so many times. Hell, even us back in the '90s, and we was dominating, and we had the best record in MLB, and we get beat in the division and in the championship round. So it's just hard. It all depends. But here's the thing: it's a shorter season, so a lot of people are not getting burnt out. So that means that a team like the Dodgers, they could go all the way this year because it does favor them to go to a World Series and win it. But at the same time, you got a lot of other teams too who's hungry, who can turn that switch on and go out there and win it. So
162 or 60. The hot teams going into playoffs seem to have those runs.
Yeah.
Going back to the Cardinals. Back when when you get hot, let's hope that when Ozzie comes back, I expect him to be batting probably 7th, 8th in the lineup. That'd be our lineup. We could finish these last couple of weeks hot and go into there like that. I just think the confidence could possibly ooze over into something special. So I don't know. That's just my take. It's all about being in streaks, and we need to get hot and stay hot.
And an argument can be made that in the postseason, you don't need your starters to go 7 or 8 innings, and especially with the bullpen. I know some different disagree with this, but if you have Chris Martin and Melanson and Green and these guys out there, if you can shorten the game to 5 innings, then you have some starters who can give you that with the offense. Which if you add Ozzie Albies to this lineup, the depth that might be the best in baseball, really, or it's one of the best anyways. So I guess I'm arguing against myself to a certain degree that that would put them in the best position to have a chance in the postseason to be able to shorten games up, go over your bullpen, and then let your offense score runs. And I know that's not necessarily a formula that has led to success in past playoffs, but this year is so crazy. Who knows? It might just work.
No doubt.
Yeah, but you take the last 2 days out of the equation, and for the most part, I don't really disagree with Brian Snitker very often. I think now tacticially, you read what some of the experts said. He's not great. I get that, but he does have rapport with his clubhouse, which I think is important. Let's just hope he doesn't turn over Charlie Culberson in a crucial situation come October. I don't think he will. But I'm not super worried about that. I think that they made a bad decision last year. I agree with you with Soroka. I was one of the people though that was supporting Soroka going Game 3. I was wrong there too. But for the most part, I've been supportive of what Brian Snitker has done as a manager for the Braves.
Well, I already know how you feel, Don. So, I mean, I'm kind of on with what Matt's saying, man. Players play hard for him, and that's just something that you can't just teach. I mean, they're either going to play for you, or they're not. And these guys give it their all every single night, and they keep doing it. They've been doing it, and they rave about him. So I think that number one is what we have going. But to be honest with you, man, I feel bad for Patrick Weigel, man. I mean, bringing that guy up and saying, "Hey, guess what? Here's your debut with a one-run lead."
Mm-hmm.
That was just mind-numbing. Just for that to be the spot to put him in for his debut. I mean, let's not talk about last night, but I mean, that blew my mind for him to make his debut in that position. And I honestly think the Yankees did something similar. I think they called up a pretty potent prospect that actually ended up doing something pretty similar and gave up a couple of runs, but for that guy to have to get right back on 85 and turn in, to the alternate site, and
Yeah.
guys, it happened to me again, so it was odd, to be honest, because you take that out, okay? It's a one-run game. Bring in Melanson, all right? Bring in Green at least. Shut that in and down. Darno hits a walk-off. If you want to play, devil's advocate, then we probably have a walk-off. But
yeah.
Yeah, but my thing is, with Snick, he gotta make better decisions when it comes playoff time. You cannot be in the mindset of this is just a regular season game. Like, look, you either win or you go home. And we know, yes, in baseball you have game, best out of 5, best out of 7, or whatever the case may be. But you gotta win. You gotta go in each game prepared like it's gonna be your last. And I feel like sometimes he doesn't do that.
And I know how your feelings are towards him, and I know how your feelings are towards championships and towards banners. But if this dude's about to win his third, championship in a row, that's still saying something. He's doing something right.
Yeah, he is. I agree with him on that. But we have to get a little further though. I don't hate Snick. It's just some of the decisions. Like, this ain't just me. It's other people too, man. We scratch our head and we like, bruh, what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, today I was happy to see Heck in the lineup. I think Adaney's been overdue to be in there. Primarily known for his defense. We saw that the other day when the bases were loaded. He made that diving stop at the middle with the infield in. But Camargo's a man out. I can't defend him, and I was a big Camargo guy. I'll be the first one to own it. I was a big Camargo guy.
I hate Camargo.
I don't hate the guy. It's not happening to me. I think when Ozzie comes up, you're not going to see Camargo back on the field.
I don't like Camargo. I just, he's just arrogant for no reason. That's just my opinion. He's a good player, but you're not Acuna. You're nowhere near this man. So it's just some players just got to understand. You're just a role player. You're not, the face of the franchise.
How you feel about that? What do you think about Camargo?
2 years ago, I thought he would be a Martin Prado type player, play all over the field. Now, he got hurt last year, didn't play very well last year, and it seems like the inconsistencies of the plate have shown up again this year. He might stay on the roster this year, but I could easily see him being a non-tender candidate in the offseason. And he provides an asset that he can play several positions, and he's a switch hitter. But if you can't perform, then those assets become irrelevant, So I would love to have him because of his skill set on the roster, but I agree with you. Hechavarria is a better option right now. Just is.
And I don't know how much you guys have really watched, but I went back and did some film on Camargo, and the dude was killing it in spring training. Absolutely killing it.
He was.
And
because it was a question where he or Riley going to get the third base job.
Right. And I noticed something, and I'm sure a lot of people noticed it, but he was so quiet at the plate with his bat. And it seems to be now when he's in the game, he's just, he's bouncing that bat. He's not quiet and still. And I'm trying to figure out, I mean, I don't get paid to do that, obviously, but something changed in his swing, in his whole, attack at the plate, and between spring training and now. And I think it's caused him a whole mess. His timing mechanism seems to be off. And, that's just something I think that should have been addressed. But, I mean, that's neither here nor there. But, yeah, I agree with you. I think next year it'd be tougher to make the team.
Yeah.
Let me go in the chat one more time before we end the show. Matt Mike said he don't hate Snit, he just don't trust him, and that's the same thing with me, man. I just don't trust when it comes down to it. When the rubber meets the road, when we really need to, make the adjustments we need, it just I don't trust him. That's just my opinion. Hopefully he can prove me wrong. I love to be proved wrong. So, man, this the year he can do that. Bowler, he said, I'm looking forward to Freeman hitting another grand slam in the postseason. That'd be awesome, man.
Hey, there we go.
Exactly. All right. So I guess that's all.
I got a quick announcement.
Oh yeah, go ahead and make a quick announcement. We did a sweepstake. Go ahead, you go ahead and flow, Rick.
Yeah, it's gonna make it real short, real quick. So everybody's been following us. We really do appreciate you guys a lot. So thank you guys. It's been sharing, been tagging friends, been joining along, been subscribing. So truly, thank you. I said that I was gonna go ahead and do it once we actually clinched. I know that might take a while, so I shortened it up. So we'll give this beautiful bat right here away on the Braves' 30th win. So it might just be a week. So
exactly.
6 more wins, guys. Hey, it's the real deal, okay? It's game model, inscribed NL Rookie of the Year 2018. It's pretty sweet.
Nice.
Wow. Yeah, it's beauty. It
is beautiful.
Yeah, you guys
go
out there, and it's certified. It's got your cert on there. So the real deal. It's actually a light. That's the funny part. It's a light bat. But it's probably why he breaks them so many times. But yeah, you guys go ahead and keep subscribing. Like I said, once the Braves get to 30 wins, we're gonna do a random generator. First place is gonna take this bad boy home, and then I'm just so nice enough that second place is still gonna win $100. So tag a friend, maybe they can win something too. Okay, guys.
I need to go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and get in on that too. I know I ain't gonna win, but at least the thought of that. Being there, hey Matt, if you know some people too, man, send them our way too. They can win that as well. You can probably win it as well too.
You know it. I'll take care of it.
Appreciate you.
And we'll do a show on the 30th whenever the Braves win their 30th game. No matter what day it is, we'll go ahead and do a show, and we'll give it away, announce it. So, opportunity of a lifetime, y'all. Take advantage of it. We doing big things over here at FILA Sports now. We engaging with you guys. We putting you guys first. End of the day, this is y'all podcast, so just keep that in mind. But Matt, appreciate you coming on, man. Let everybody know where they can find you.
Well, I don't. I used to write for Tomahawk Take, but I'm a full-time teacher. And also, I'm an editor of a high school sports magazine here in Kansas. So the Tomahawk Take thing was too much on my plate. I still watch every Braves game. I still read Tomahawk Take. I would still recommend it highly to go check out that website. But fellas, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. Love talking Braves baseball to you guys.
I appreciate you coming on, man. Taking out your busy time to come with chat baseball with us. All right, and everybody in the chat, appreciate y'all joining us. Hey, you already know. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Also hit that like button. Share this content out with other Atlanta sports fanatics. Hit us up in the comment section you watching this show at a later time. As always, come holla at your hometown sports podcast. Y'all have a great evening. Y'all stay safe out there.
Wear your mask.
Yeah, wear your mask.